Hello everyone, this is Spitfire coming to you with another one. Okay, so this week in the YSL trial, there has been a lot going on, all right? A content creator got in trouble by the name of Infamous Sylvia, and a bailiff was watching her channel and didn't like what he saw, and he reported it to the judge, saying that the Infamous Sylvia were identifying jurors in the YSL trial. Now, this clipping does not belong to the channel of Spitfire. It belongs to Law and Crime, and we're going to sit up here under the Fair Use Act of the Copyright Disclaimer of the Section 107 the Copyright Act of 1976, we're going to make sure we pay attention to what the judge had for the Infamous Sylvia and how she conducted herself in live streaming in her courtroom. So we're going to watch this and then we're going to come back momentarily.
All right, so I know that you have been live streaming pretty much this entire trial, and I'm sure probably the pretrial proceedings as well. And it came to both the court's attention and defense counsel's attention recently that you had been on your, what do you call those things that you do? It's not a podcast, or is it? Do you still call it that?
It is a podcast, okay, but it's
a video podcast. Okay. Anyway, we'll call it a podcast. Okay. That you had been, and I know that you say in your letter that you didn't reveal any personal identifying information. And I think that you did not reveal enough to actually identify any of the jurors, but you were referring to where different people sat and their race and gender. And that is personally identifying information. And then you were giving them derogatory names. And you say in the letter that you provided to me this morning that you have always operated with great integrity, that the content you share represents factual reporting, and that you do your reporting with these are all quotes from your letter, the utmost respect and integrity for all involved. Do you believe that any of those three statements that you made to me this morning is actually true about the names you were giving those jurors?
I just want to give you the names were movies that I like. And, you know, SpongeBob is my daughter's favorite cartoon.
Do you think that those showed respect and integrity to the jurors?
Well, I didn't think it were bad names at all. Glasses, nose. No, I didn't think it was bad names. I should know all the names.
The utmost respect and integrity?
I think it's depend on the individual. Well, to me, I felt it was utmost respect.
Well, I do not feel that. That seems like the kind of thing that a kind of mean person does on the playground in grade school.
You think so?
I do. I don't think that shows the least bit of respect or integrity to the jurors or to the court system. So if you are going to, and let me ask you this, you talked in your letter about being media and freedom of the press. Do you consider yourself to be press and media and journalism?
I consider myself being a content creator. I create content for the community and give information. As far as journalism, I didn't go to school. I've taken some classes and things like that. But the information I believe is very vital for the community.
I don't disagree. I mean, this is court. It's one of the most important things we do in our country. But you say my role is to deliver news and information. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, do you, to that extent, and you say you want to represent factual reporting. So you, to that extent, consider yourself to be media, even if it's non-traditional media?
Yeah, I would think I would, because I've taken courses of etiquette and things like that. But as far as, and then the other thing too, with my channel, it's more like some sort of easy going, friendly type of thing where people don't feel like it's just.
I'd love for you to keep it friendly. Okay, that would be great.
Okay, and I will never use the names anymore if it offend anybody, because that was never my intention to offend anyone. Okay, I was just using names movies that I like: Twister, SpongeBob, Ghost, things like that.
I mean, I realize that if you're trying to create content that fills, the entirety of every day, that sometimes you probably have to reach out somewhere to whatever pops into your mind at the time. But I would ask that before you do that, that you actually do keep in mind that this is a court proceeding. Mm-hmm. And I know a whole lot of people seem to be watching this as entertainment, but this is not entertainment for any of the people involved here. This is very serious. And it does a disservice, I think, to everybody. Mm-hmm. When the coverage is flippant in the way that I think that was, okay? Mm-hmm. And I know you've got every right to do that if you want to. I would just prefer that you not.
I won't.
And I am going to give you this, it's a code of ethics that the Society of Professional Journalists follows as a guideline.
Okay.
And I mean, you're not required to abide by it. It's not the law. But it might be helpful for you to take a look at it and just, use it as a guideline.
I definitely will.
Okay. So if you can do that for me and try to be respectful and treat this with integrity, then you may come back in and continue to live stream.
Definitely.
All right. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hand this up to you.
Okay.
All right, I don't know if y'all have had an opportunity now. We can get back to our issues with, or potential issues with some of the exhibits that may be used during the cross.
Yes, Your Honor. And
all
with
right.
the court's permission, may I maintain my seat?
Now, as you have seen, the judge recommended that Infamous Sylvia take some professionalism courses or even read up on a manual about professionalism and how to conduct herself as a journalist or even a content creator who's going to report the news. And that may have been very much well overdue. So I thought that would probably be very helpful to the Infamous Sylvia channel as she's going to continue to live stream. But the good thing about this is that one particular incident that happened with her could have affected all content creators across the board who want to go into the courthouse and to live stream or to report the media. So the good news is that she did not lose her Rule 22 and made it harder for other content creators to come in and live stream. And there was another YouTuber there prior to the hearing of the Infamous Sylvia incident that it was granted a Rule 22 on his way of live streaming or presiding over this particular case. Thank you for tuning in to the channel Spin Fire. I am your girl, RA. Fire out.